Hello students, today let's start with Mathematics Part 1, Chapter number 2, Quadratic Equations. Before we deal with the chapter and understand what are quadratic equations, let's first recall children what we have studied about few concepts in the earlier classes. As you can see, the term polynomials. Let's understand and recall what are polynomials. You can see the word is colored in two on the board. Poly and the other word is nomials. What does poly mean, children? Poly means many. And what does nomials mean? Nomials means parts, or you can say terms in case of algebraic expressions. So what is polynomial? Polynomial is an algebraic expression consisting of many terms. You can have an algebraic expression of one term, two terms, three terms, or more than three terms. All are called as polynomials. Now, let's move on to understand the different types of polynomials. Polynomials are categorized into two types, depending upon the number of terms and depending upon the degree, the highest degree of the variable in the algebraic expression. Let me take a few examples to understand the different types of polynomials. First, 2a. Second, 5. Third, 2x plus 3. Fourth, 5 upon 2 y plus 4. The fifth one, 3x squared minus 5x plus 8. And let's take one more, children. A squared minus 2x minus 15. Now pay attention, children. I have written a number of examples over here. Let's see how they are categorized in terms of types of polynomials. Now when you see in detail all these examples written, all these are algebraic expressions. All are polynomials, but they can be given specific names depending upon the number of terms that they contain. Let's see further. In the first example, you see there is only one term, 2a. In the second, you have only 5. In the third, 2x plus 3. What can you see here, children? There are two terms combined together with the operation of plus. Again, in the fourth examples, 5y upon 2 plus 4. You have two terms, 5y upon 2. The second term, 4, combined together with the operation of addition. Let's move on further, children. See in the next fifth example, 3x squared minus 5x plus 8. How many terms do we have in this algebraic expression? We have three terms. Let's see which ones. 3x squared is the first term, 5x the second term, 8 the third term. So you have three terms combined together either with the operation of subtraction or addition. Let's move on to the last example. A squared minus 2x minus 15. Again over here, children, we see three terms. A squared, 2x and 15 combined together with the operation of subtraction. So all these are examples of polynomials, but you can specify them under special names. Algebraic expressions or polynomials having only one term can be called as monomials. Mono means one term. So polynomials having only one term can be called as monomials. Polynomials having two terms are called as binomials. Bi means two. Next, the remaining two examples where you have polynomials having three terms can be called as trinomials. Tri means three. So children, you can have polynomials having one term, two terms, three terms, four terms, five terms and so on. Later on you can call it as a polynomial of four terms, a polynomial of five terms and so on. Let's move on to the other category. Polynomials, the different types can also be specified depending upon the highest degree of the variable that it contains. Let me take examples, children. X plus 8, 5b upon 7 plus 3, 5s square minus 1 upon 4. Fourth example, 7z cube. And the last one, let's take one more. 2b cube plus 5b minus 3. Now, let's understand these examples, children. Now, you can categorize the polynomials depending upon the degree, the highest degree of the variable that is contained in those polynomials. Now, let's see the first example, x plus 8. Which is the variable over there? The variable is x. What is the degree of that variable? The degree of the variable is 1. Right? Similarly, see in the second example, 5b upon 7 plus 3. Which is the variable over there? The variable is b. What is the degree of that variable? The degree of the variable b is 1. So, these type of polynomials where the degree of the variable is 1 is called as linear polynomial. Linear polynomials. Let's move on further. See the next example. 5s square minus 1 upon 4. Which is the variable over there, children? The variable is s. What is the degree of that variable s? The degree is 2. Okay. Now, look at the next example. 7z raised to 3. Over here, the variable is z, but the degree over there is 3. So, let's take the earlier example. 5s square minus 1 upon 4. The degree of the variable s in that polynomial is 2. So, it can be called as a quadratic polynomial. It is called as a quadratic polynomial. The next example we saw over here, the degree of the variable z is 3. Let's see the last example also, children. 2b cube plus 5b minus 3. Which is the variable present over there? The variable present is b. But what is the highest degree of that variable b present in the whole algebraic expression? The highest degree is 3. So, like the earlier example, in 7z cube, the highest degree of the variable is 3. In the last example also, the highest degree of the variable b is 3. So, such a type of polynomial is called as cubic polynomials. So once again I repeat children, where the degree of the variable is 1, those polynomials are called as linear polynomials. Where the degree of the variable is 2, those polynomials are called as quadratic polynomials. Where the degree of the variable is 3, polynomials are termed as cubic polynomials. So after all children, what are polynomials? Polynomials are algebraic expressions. And the different types of polynomials, they can be categorized into 2 ways, depending upon the number of terms and depending upon the highest degree of the variable contained in that polynomial. Now, in the next session, children, we will move on to understand what is an equation, and then let's study what is a quadratic equation. Thank you.